So hello students, up to our last class we finished about what are synthetic fibers and different types of fiber. Synthetic fiber such as rayon, nylon, these are different there are four types of fiber. We have finished all their uses, in what purpose they are used in detail, and then we have finished their some advantages and disadvantages of these fibers. Okay, so today we'll start the next topic of this chapter, that is plastics. Okay, so we all know what is plastic. Plastic is a chemical, is are made up of different chemical compounds, and these are harmful to us and our environment. So we learned in detail about the plastics. So present time is the age of plastics. So if I say that present time, now the time is of plastic, age of plastic, is it true or false? It is totally true, because from the beginning of our day, that is from morning to the night until we sleep, we use most of things made up of plastic. For example, if I give you example, morning toothpaste, the toothpaste are kept in plastic tubes. Then your toothbrush is made up of plastics. Then for taking water you are using plastic mug. Okay, for eating also now people use plastic dish. For bringing vegetables, fish, different thing from market, you are using plastic. So everywhere in our life we are using plastic from our daily life. Plastic is a part of our life now. Okay, so now we can say it is the age of plastics. Almost all of the domestic items are now made up of plastic, such as mug, bucket, chair, ball pen, etc. So nowadays what happens, most of the items which we, sorry for the interruption students, suddenly my father called. Okay, so let's continue. Almost all of the domestic items are now made up of plastic, such as mug, bucket, chair, ball pen, etc. Okay, so as I told you, each and every items what we use in our daily life are made up of plastics. For example, mug, which you use at home, then buckets, water buckets, then chair, ball pen, table, etc. Most of the things are made up of water jug. Most of the things are made up of plastics. There is no end of numbers of plastic items used by us. So if I start counting the number of plastics items which you use in our daily life, it will not end. There are n number of objects which are made up of plastics we use. Just try to count what are the different types of plastic material you have in your home. You can't count, because there are most of the things are made up of plastic. It will take much time to count every container. Then everything is made up of, for example, in your gas cylinder also, the pipe is made up of plastic, isn't it? The switch is made up of plastic. Electricity board switch is made up of plastic. Water tap, that is in water filter, tap is made up of plastic. Sometimes filter is even made up of plastics. Then electric bulbs, parts of bulbs, most of the things are made up of plastics. But what are plastics? We know the term plastic. But what do you mean by plastic? What do you mean by plastic? Actually, what is the scientific meaning of plastic? Okay, we need to learn this. Plastic are polymers made up of very large number of small units joined end to end to form long chain. So in last part, this is in our synthetic fiber part, we learned about polymers. So what are polymers? See, if we join small units together to form a long chain, the long chain altogether is known as a polymer, and these small are known as monomer. Altogether it is known as a polymer. Complete is known as polymer, and one is known as monomer. So plastic are what? They are nothing but the polymers. That means they are made up of small these units, which are not only 5, 10. These are very large in number. Okay, very large number of small units joined end to end, one end to one end, to form long chains. Okay, all plastic do not have the same type of arrangement of units. It may be either linear or cross-linked. So if you see plastic, carry bags are made of plastics, and your chair is also made of plastics, but both the plastic are not same. There are two different types of plastic. So based on the type, the arrangement of these polymers, these small units, will be different. There can be two types of arrangement. One is linear, another one is cross-linked. So linear, we all know linear means simple. So this is our linear. See, only one line is there. so it is linear. Okay, cross linked means what? This is cross, we know this is cross, there is interconnection between multiple things, there is complex many things. So see, it is cross linked with this, it is also linked, it is also linked, it is also linked, there may be some box over there. So for example, consider this box, okay, this box with this, one is linked, two linked, three linked, four linked. So this is known as your cross linkage. So there are two type of polymer formation in plastics, one is linear and another one is complex. There is the cross linked. So linear is this and complex or the cross linked is this one. Okay, so don't get confused with the concept of polymer. Polymer is nothing but when we add small monomers together to form a long chain, it is called as polymer. So plastic is nothing but a polymer made up of small units. Plastics can be colored and melted. So this is a common property we know. In our home, plastics are of different color. Some are blue, some are red, some are white, some are black. So we know plastics can be colored into different color, okay, and they can be melted. So you know plastics can be melted. That means if you give heat to plastic bottle, they will melt, isn't it? If you take on plastic container in your gas cylinders, what will happen? Due to the fire, plastic will melt. So plastic melts and it can be colored. Okay, two properties. It becomes soft on heating. So if we heat a plastic bottle, obviously it will melt and it will become soft. If you try this, don't try this at home to practice this, but you just imagine the thing. You have a, for example, container on which your mother has kept some sugar, and if you take this container in front of fire, what will happen? This container will start melting, and due to overheating it will become soft. It will no longer be hard, it will become soft. So for after giving heat supply, plastic becomes soft on heating. Okay, it can be molded into any desired shape and then again, okay, hardened to make a durable article. So what you can do, you have 10 plastic, for example in your home you have a plastic chair, and for some incidents your brother is playing and he broke the chair. Okay, the chair is now broken. So what you can do, you can mold the chair into different shapes. Now you can melt it, and after melting, for example, you need a dish. So in industry, what do people do? You have seen there are some garbage pickers. What they do, they collect the damaged plastics, irons from your home, isn't it? Some people come and they just give you some money and they'll take the damaged plastics and iron materials, different materials from your home. What they do with these materials, they'll take this material, plastic materials to industry, different industry, and this industry will make different articles from this again. That means they will use these plastics to make other articles after melting. That means plastic can be reusable. They are ultimately trying to say it is reusable. Plastic can be reused. The property by the virtue of which a substance can easily be molded into sheets or drawn into fibers for heating is called plasticity. So what is plasticity? The property by which a substance can be molded, that means you can melt it, okay, and you can give it to any other shape of shapes or to any other fiber like shape is known as plasticity. So plasticity is a property. For example, you are having some plastics in your hand. What you can do, you can burn this, you can melt these plastics and you can give them any shape of a sheet or shape of some fiber. Okay, so this property of plastic is known as plasticity. Okay, some common plastics are bakelite, polythene, okay, then terylene, then polyvinyl chloride. So these are some common examples of plastics such as bakelite, then polythene you all know, right? Then terylene is common to us, then polyvinyl chloride, PVC plastic. Where we have here PVC water pipes, we have here this PVC pipe, water pipes, plastic pipes, or the electricity pipes. These are made up of PVC type of plastics. Okay, polyvinyl chloride, the full form of PVC is polyvinyl chloride. Okay, so now we'll learn how many types of plastics are there. So in general, in common sense, there are two types of plastics. One is thermoplastic, another one is thermosetting plastic. Remember, there are two types of plastics. One is thermoplastic, another one is thermosetting plastic. So what is thermoplastics? Thermo means, remember, roughly you can see the meaning of thermo is heat. Okay, meaning of thermo is heat. So from here, if I give you thermo heat, there is plastic with heat and plastic setting heat. That means here setting is there, that means plastic will help it. Okay, and here is no setting, that means plastic heat with plastic, that means it can damage it. So thermoplastic is saying plastic that easily get deformed on heating, can be bent easily, are called thermoplastics. So those plastics which on heating easily can be bent, their shape becomes changed, deformed. They don't attain the same shape. For example, if you have a water bottle, okay, normal Bisleri water bottle for example, and if you give heat to it, what will happen? It will change its shape. It will be destroyed, deformed. Okay, so those plastics which on heating, what they do, they deform the shape and can be bent easily, can give, so those are known as thermoplastic. Okay, such as your water bottles, they can be molded into different shapes again and again by repeated heating and cooling. So this type of plastics, what you can do, you can heat them, you can give some shape to them, again cool down, they will become hard. After hard, they will become hard, again you give heat, they will again become soft, you give them and some shape. For example, look at this sheet I am explaining. You are having a plastic box, okay, then you are giving some heat, you are converting this box into ball, then after some time this ball will become solid, after that it will become cold, then after some time you again give heat and you can again convert it to this shape. Because this type of plastic, this thermoplastics, can be given different shape because on heating they become soft. Example of thermoplastic are polythene, what we see in our home everyday, polythene. Then polyvinyl chloride, this is your PVC. Then polystyrene, these are the examples of thermoplastic. Now the next type is thermosetting plastic. Plastic that once molded into shape do not become soft on heating and cannot be molded again are called thermosetting plastic. So this is just the opposite of the thermoplastic. Okay, so in the last class, that is thermoplastic, what we have learned, that after giving some heat we can give it to some different shape and after some time we can give it to some different shape. But in this case, what is happening, for example, in thermosetting plastic, one plastic is initially in ball shape, you can give so much of, you know, as much heat as you want, but giving heat will not change the shape to other form. Its shape will become the same. It is its shape you cannot change. It will not become soft by giving any heat. So plastic that once molded into a shape, that is once you will give it a shape, do not become soft on heating. It will not become soft after heating and you cannot give it any other shape. These type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastics. So they maintain their shape and size even at high temperature. So if you give temperature also, they will not become soft, so their shape and size will be same. Okay, examples of thermosetting plastics are bakelite, then melamine and formica. So these are examples of, remember this term, these are just examples types of plastics: bakelite, then melamine and formica. These are the different thermosetting plastics. So here in tabular form they have given a difference between thermoplastic and thermosetting plastic. So nature, what are the nature of this? Thermoplastic, a plastic that can be melted repeatedly by heated, okay, hardened or cooling, and can be molded again and again to different shapes. Just now I told, thermoplastics you can give them different shape after again and again heating. But in case of thermosetting plastics, you cannot change their shape on heating, because on heating they do not become soft. Then effect on heat. So thermoplastic become soft on heating, but what happens in thermosetting plastic? They do not become soft on heating. Okay, they become same in shape. Toughness, they are less tough as compared to thermosetting plastic. because on giving heat what will happen, thermoplastic will become soft, so they are less tough. But thermoplastic, they do not change any shape on heating, so they are tough enough. Effect on high temperature, they are less resistant to high temperature. That means if you give high temperature, the thermoplastic will melt, okay. But this type of plastic, that is your thermosetting plastic, they are more resistant to high temperature. They can retain more temperature, okay. Their shape will not easily become deformed. Then recycle. So here in thermoplastic, what you can do, you can melt this by giving heat, and you can, for example, polythene, you can convert polythene into a container into a mug into a table into a chair. So this type of plastics can be reused, recycle, that is you can reuse this. But the thermosetting plastic, as you cannot change their shape because heat will not do any effect on them, so you cannot change their shape, so they cannot be recycled. Examples of thermoplastic are, just now we learned, polythene, PVC and polyester, and for thermosetting it is bakelite, melamine and formica. So this is in tabular form. For your better understanding, you all need to remember this table, okay. General properties and uses of plastic. Let me check how many slides are there. 5 6. Okay, no problem, we'll finish this part, okay. So we now will learn some general properties of plastic and how these are used. There are different uses. Now we'll learn. Although different types of plastic differ in some of their physical and chemical properties, the following properties are common for most of them. So they are telling me, based upon the type of plastic, there may be some difference in properties, but now we'll discuss only the common properties which are common in between all kinds of plastics. The first one is, plastics are non-reactive. So you have seen television also, or you may know also, the glass which people wear sometimes made up of plastics, okay. Or the different kinds of equipment. For example, the persons who work in chemical labs, what they do, they wear plastic cloths. Why? Or the different chemicals what we use, okay, for different acids. If you have inverter in your home, you have seen that your father brings some acid from market, and these acids are packed into plastic bottles or sometimes in glass bottles. So why these are kept in plastic bottles? Because plastics do not react with other things. Plastic will not react with your acid, okay. So plastics are non-reactive in nature. We know that metals like iron get rusted when they are exposed to moisture and air. So what happens, if you will keep some iron outside your home, what will happen, after some day, due to some rain or other issue water, it will get some rust. You understand rust? You have seen also probably some old iron things get some rust, okay. Or you have seen LPG cylinder or some water pipe in your home which have rust. But you also have seen plastic pipes in your home, water pipes from which water is coming after year after year, but there will be no rust because metal do not react. Sorry, not metal, my mistake. Plastic do not react, they are non-reactive. But plastic do not react with air and water, and hence they do not get corroded. So what will happen in case of plastic will not react with air and water, so they will not get rust, say, that is, they will not get corroded. For this reason, PVC is used for making water pipes. So now what people do, instead of using iron pipes, all people prefer plastic pipes. Why? Because plastic pipes last for a long time and there is no rusting in plastic pipe, okay. Rusting in common language we say jung lag jana. So water pipes, plastic is used. Water tanks and sanitary filters, okay, sanitary fittings, soles of shoes and sandals, raincoats, handbags and bathroom containers, okay. These are some different examples. Water tanks, all the water tanks now made up of plastics, syntax, there is a syntax are made up of plastics. Then sanitary fittings, different utensil used in sanitary, it is the commode or these things are in sanitary are made up of plastic type of things. Then different other things such as soles of our sandal, okay, then handbags, then bathroom curtains, then raincoats, these are all made of plastics because they are non-reactive. Like other metals, they will not react with air or water or something other compounds. Okay, so this is the first property. PVC pipe we know, then sole of shoes, then raincoat we know. So this is the first property. The next property is plastic are lightweight. So I think I don't need to explain this, you all know this. If you compare for example a steel plate with a plastic plate on which we eat dish, so the obviously the plastic will be lighter, isn't it? Or if you compare a plastic polythene bag and a normal cloth bag or the nylon bag which is used for shopping marketing, you will see that plastic is so light. So they are telling that plastics are lightweight. So we know this is true. Thermocol is the most common example of plastic known for its lightness and rigidity. So I think this is quite new to you. You didn't know that thermocol is a plastic. Thermocol which are used for designing purpose or some other purpose, for packing fish also you have seen thermocol boxes are there. So this thermocol is the most common example of plastic known for its lightness and rigidity. So you know thermocol is too light, its weight is almost negligible weight. Thermocols are too light in weight. It is used for making disposable cups and packaging materials for fragile items like computers, then cell phones, televisions and refrigerator. So for packaging purpose thermocols are used. For example, if you buy a new television, in the cartoon what will happen, there will be some thermocol pieces. If you buy a new fridge or new AC, what will happen, or computer, what will happen, whenever they will pack the things they will give some thermocol on top, on down and on sides, not for damaging the television. So these thermocols being the lightweight, they use this for packaging purposes, and there are some other purpose also. Okay, so here we learned their properties is the light in weight and their use also, where they are used for packaging purpose such as for packaging television, then cell phones, television, refrigerator. These are, that is the fragile goods. Fragile means which can be broken easily. Okay, plastics are strong and durable. Next point they are saying this, plastics are strong and durable. So this is also we know, to break a plastic chair is not that easy. And durable means if you have a container, for example the best example I am giving, in your kitchen you have seen your mother is in some small container, your mother is keeping some masala, that is spices, for example haldi in one container, then chili in one container, okay, then salt in one container. And these containers are not new, you have been seeing looking at this container from your birth. Okay, these are some 5-year 10-year old containers. So now you can say that these are durable, that means they last for a long period of time. Okay, they don't easily get damaged, and they are strong also. They can be molded into different shape and size. So you also know plastics, just now you learned plastics can be given different shapes and size. Okay, plastics are generally cheaper than metals. So if you go to market and if you want to buy a plastic bucket or a aluminum bucket, which one is costly? Obviously aluminum, because aluminum is a metal. Plastic is a synthetic artificial thing, it is too cheap. You can buy a plastic bucket for 100 rupees, but you cannot buy a aluminum bucket or iron bucket for 100 rupees, it will cost you 1000 rupees. So plastic is generally cheaper than other metals. Thus they are widely used in industries for making household articles. And this is the reason why people use this for making different household items, because these are cheap in price, so people can buy more easily. Examples are melanium used for making unbreakable dinnerwares. Okay, so melanium is used for making unbreakable dinnerwares, melanium dinner. So this type of dinner sets are made using melanium. Okay, float tiles, in our home you have seen tiles, so tiles is also made by using melanium. Then decorative objectives, different flower vases, these are made by using melanium. Then fire resistant fabrics and kitchenwares, different kitchen what people wear in kitchen, apron, So these are made by using melamine. Okay, and fire resistant. This is fire persons. What type of they wear some special type of clothes. These are also made by using melamine. Polythene is used for making carry bags. So this use polythene is used for making carry bags. Then adhesive tapes for making tapes, sellotape, black tape. These are used for making used by prepared by using polythene. Then pipes to transport liquids. Pipes are also prepared by using your polythene. Okay, PVC is used for making. Okay, PVC is used for water types used different. For making float types, PVC is also used. Then durable toys, for making toys also your PVC is used. For making water bottles or different other bottles, PVC is used. For making furniture also, chair, table, your PVC plastic is used. Okay, then plastic are poor conductors of heat. If you, for example, if I give you a plastic stick and an iron stick, and if you put both in fire, what will happen? You cannot touch the iron heat, because iron stick, because the iron stick will become so hot that you cannot touch. That means heat can travel through the iron. But in case of plastic, it will be less hot, because plastic is a bad conductor of heat. Okay, remember this, plastic is a bad conductor of heat. So what are the different uses? Some common uses, in childhood you all have eaten, or you have all have taken ice creams are, we all know. So what are the ice cream box are made up of plastics. Probably you have seen the ice cream seller, the box is made up of plastic, isn't it? So we can say that bakelite is for making handles of different utensils. For making these, the plastic is used. For example, spoon handle, for making these plastics are used. Polyester is filled with hollow walls of refrigerators, air coolers, then thermos flasks. So these are some of the use in which plastic is used, because they are poor conductor of heat. For making ice boxes. Okay, plastics are also poor conductor of electricity. So this point, I think all of you know, in our home, all the electric switches, plugs, their electric wires, all are made of plastics. Why not made of iron or copper? Because we know iron and copper can conduct electricity. If we use iron wire or electric switch, what will happen? We will get shock. But plastic do not conduct electricity, so we will not get any shock. So this is why we are using this plastic electricity for making these objects. Okay, so these are the different examples for electric circuits, switch, then making wire we are using plastics. So the last property is plastics are inert to chemicals. So plastic do not react with any chemicals. For this is the reason for which we can keep anything into plastic containers. For example, sanitizers. Why not sanitizers are kept into some other bottles? Why in plastic bottles? Because in sanitizer there is some chemical named alcohol, glycerin. This will react with maybe with some other metals. But plastic become non-reactive. It will not react with plastic. So they are giving example of Teflon. Teflon is used for making non-stick cookwares, because it is a special type of plastic on which oil and water do not stick. So you have seen non-stick containers or non-stick pan in home. This is a new type of utensils in which there is no stickiness. Okay, anything will not stick with the container. So these are made using Teflon. Okay. Also, plastics are cheaper in comparison to metals and easy to handle. Another reason for using plastic for more and more is plastics are more cheaper than other metals, and it can be easy to prepare and easy to handle. So these are some uses of plastics and properties. So in next class we will learn in more detail. This you read at home. If you have any doubt about this, you ask me. These are some very more points about. These are some very important points about plastic. So this is for today. Thank you. I'll upload your homework in group.